moving. Okay. Pause between the cars and the bike. Okay. Hyundai, brother and sister team, youngsters, Jazz Cars Land Rover, Ben Woodham's Range Rover, Harry Wood, his Land Rover now, and from Uganda, VW Concours. And it's great to have an entry from Uganda. A car entry from Uganda has been a bit of a rarity in the last few years, and that's absolutely great. And look at that little Citroen 2CV. Isn't that a splendid sight? And the Mini Brigade. Here comes Minis, the Mini Club of Kenya. And the Vitaphone Mini, number 11, regular class winner. And here's one of the full chamber M entries, car number 13, Morris Minor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big cheer to the maroon-coloured VW, Leslie Carvel from Ginger. She calls her car Percy. Leslie Carvel, all the way from Uganda. Thanks a lot for coming, Leslie. Now, here we are, the class winning Nissan 160J of Saki Katahara, who's past overall winner, and he scored very, very highly today. Minor Muthuma with his Morris Minor, very classy car. And talking about classy cars, look at that VW Carmen Gear of Paul Chemgarem and Paul Chemgarem Salika. Great that he entered a trio of cars. And a welcome return to the racecourse for the Rover. Good to see that car. And look at that lovely Jaguar of Aaron Pandit. And Aaron Pandit's BMW follows. That's a very rare car, that BMW 2002. And here's one of the finest cars at the racecourse. Galen May's 2600cc Alfa Romeo Sprint. A lovely car, a rare car. What a splendid machine. And this fine MGB GT, very different sort of paintwork from the old MG TS. Look at the MG TS. And a bit of applause for this fantastic motor car. Those doors are incredible. And here comes the Alfa Romeo Spider of Gaspar Calci. What a lovely sports car. And as far as we're aware, the blue MG TD is the overall winner, We're not sure. Provisional result. Brian Barton from Khalifi, we welcome you. Brian Barton and his MGTC.
Rolls Royce.
And here comes the Mini Moke. And in contrast to the Mini Moke, look at the Rolls Royce. Look at the Rolls Royce. What a lovely limousine. It's great to see the contrast in these Concours entries. Look at the Rolls-Royce limousine. Look at the car following. How different, but both of them in their own way, splendid. There's always a little gap in the parade to get the cars around the hairpin bend at the end, and then go slowly back to the paddock. And earlier I used the word limousine, I use it again. Here is another limousine, the 1949 Bentley of Roger. Very kindly loaned us his Elvis.
That's a very good parents. Whoa!
Then I miss this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm using the speaker system because we have a problem. Maybe we've rectified the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that pause. There was a little bit of a hiccup, but look at the Argent.
Alfa Romeo. The mother.
I'm really sorry that we had a hiccup with the sound system because we missed some very interesting cars, including the governor's limousine, the old mayor of Nairobi's limousine, which is now with the governor of Nairobi City Council, Nairobi City County, and that was a wonderful sight.